I now want to shift a little bit. We've been talking about the US Africa exports. Now we want to reverse it a little bit in terms of Africa's quest to also penetrate US markets. And we have someone from right in the field on the continent here. So let me pull up our slide and make that introduction quickly. Okay, let me share. I'm just going to go ahead and share your slide, Mr. Lasumbo, and then read your bio. Okay, let me pull up your bio. Okay, Mrs. Olasumbo Adeleke, she's joining us all the way from Nigeria. In particular, this morning, she's in Oyo State, so she's located where a new factory is and where she empowers women. Correct, Ms. Olasumbo, right?
Yes, correct. That's correct.
But usually you're based in Lagos.
Yes, that's
correct. Okay. Yes. Okay. She's the founder of the Initiative for Gender Empowerment and Creativity and Shea Blossom. She basically is experienced in shea value chain and community development, and has extensive skills in community development, agribusiness, business service market, cluster development, and capacity building of cooperative societies through technical and entrepreneurial training, especially at the grassroots level. She's the CEO also of Aloft Limited, an export company into shea processing and distribution of bulk and retail shea butter, shea oil, and black soap to cosmetic companies, supermarkets, beauty spas, and salon. So again, our full bio is on the platform, but she's one of our members, our premium members that we actually support in one way or the other, just to guide them as they are growing their exports into this market as well. So I'll just let you share more with us as we learn from you, because at the end of the day, Mr. Olasumbo, so many of us, all we do is we talk, but you are on the ground. You're doing the actual work of women empowerment in the field. So please take us into your world. Go on, please.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Mrs. Toyin Visiri. Thanks for the introduction. My name is Olasumbo Adeleke, just like you have heard, and I run Halos Limited. But before I dive into my slides, I want to say one or two things about myself. Shea butter, I grew up with shea butter. So, but as time goes on, when my mom died, I kind of got disconnected. And later, when I had my first baby, and they enabled me with shea butter, and I'm reconnected. So I started using it. I used it for my baby, and the feedback was awesome because my skin was clearer, no rash. Even my baby was okay, and I started getting let me say offers from friends and family and friends. What are you using on your skin? Okay, shea butter, can you make some for me? Then I started little by little. Then somewhere asking for shea butter with, can you mix with coconut oil or aloe vera? So I started mixing with them. Later we moved to black soap too. So, but as time goes on, we now expanded to, we're doing business to customer, we expanded to business. So business slide. Next slide. Okay, so that was how we now set up Halos Limited as a limited liability company. So we're incorporated in Nigeria, and Shea Blossom is our trademark. So we to processing of ingredients, because since we expanded to business to customers, all of our customers, some of our customers are into cosmetics production, so they source from us, personal care. And we are now looking to expand to food and pharmaceuticals. So to process shea butter, shea nuts, shea oil, coconut oil, honey, etc., while creating a sustainable livelihood for smallholder farmers and the rural communities. Next slide. So next slide, madam. So we package our shea butter in 20 kg and 4 kg. You know, there are some customers that want their share in bulk, very bulk, like 20 kg, and we have small enterprises that wants their shea butter in 4 kg, so that they can easily track how they are doing their production. So even if they are not there, they can say, okay, take 10 kg, take 12 kg, so they know that they are taking 1 or 2 or 3 of the 4 kg packs. So next slide. Okay, So as time goes on, initially when we started, we were sourcing shea butter from the women at the grassroots level. But as time goes on, we're getting inconsistent quality from the women. So we now went to the community. We try to understand their processing and everything. But when I found out that they have several challenges, ranging from the equipment, then from the water that they use, and so many other things. So the small scale equipment that they use is so old. Then the water they use, it's either they use well water or they go and process the share at the stream or the river. But during the dry season, when these wells dry up or the river dry up, they depend on the water tankers that bring water for them. It's a whole lot of things. So we get of course these tankers, they don't know where they bring this water from. So we now felt, okay, what do we do to help these women? Initially, we were doing our own bits, but it was affecting our bottom line. So we now created Initiative for Gender Empowerment and Creativity. That's initiative for the I get for, in short, is we now cater for grassroots women, starting with the share sector. As you can see from the first picture, we train them on improved share processing techniques. We tell them share processing starts from the nut picking itself. Pick the green nuts. Don't pick the ones that have been eaten by rodents. Don't pick the one that is molded. When you pick green nuts, pick good share fruits, by the time you process, you are going to get good quality shea butter, which you can sell at a premium price. So next slide. So this next slide. Okay. So with that, we now from the Initiative for Gender Empowerment and Creativity, we now got a grant to set up the Climate Smart Shea Factory. We went during our production, as you can see, when the women were processing the shea, it's a shea processing is a wet process, so they use a lot of water. But this wastewater, where is it going? They just throw it. Then the shea processing itself, what is the source of energy that these women are using? They cut the trees. It is the trees that are suffering for it. And how many trees have been planted? We know tree planting is very, very good in this community. They just believe, since it goes in the wild, it's in the forest, it's in the bush, let's keep cutting. And I said, no, let's be climate smart. Can we get another source of energy apart from using the trees? So we now came up with some gas. Let's start using gas. So that's what the Climate Smart Share Factory is all about. It's going to be is a stainless. We're going to have stainless steel machines, water treatment plants, on of course a crèche, and we are going to do our unveiling in Oyo State in July 2021 by God's grace. This stainless steel machine, the shea butter that is going to come from this facility, because we now have the stainless steel machines, the shea butter is going to be of course of premium quality. So apart from the cosmetic markets which we export to, we are also going to export to chocolate markets, food, pharmaceuticals, because it's a premium quality shea butter. So next slide. Okay, so you can contact us. Our contact name is there. So we are in Lagos, we're in Oyo State. We also have the women that we work with in Kwara State, Kebbi State, and Kogi State. There are over 3,000 women in our network, and we are looking for the markets, access to markets. That's why we joined my Nazaro. So we are looking forward to taking your orders. Thank you. And I'm available to answer all your questions.
Yes, yes. Wow. My goodness, that's fantastic. Do we have any questions? So we will also share your information for sure. You're also on the platform, so people can directly reach you. But the goal is really expansion, whether it's bulk, you talked about the bulk, or whether it's also prepackaged. So there's so many opportunities there. Also, something you might also want to share in terms of being able to support other people's brands. So for example, if people also have their own brands that they want you to be their supplier, that's something you're open to, correct?
Of course, exactly. We also package for so there are some that wants to do share business, but they don't have factory. They just come to us that, okay, we want you to package for us, let it be in our brand. We do that. So custom packaging, we do that. So if you approach us and say, okay, we want you to, this is how we want our products, we want you to package the share butter for us, or we want to package share butter with coconut oil, we'll do that for you. And we'll send you the sample. Once we are okay with that, we do all the packaging and everything, then we're good to go. We also
fantastic. Right, fantastic. And the reason this is so important is because when I talk about supply chain, it's a chain. Everybody has to play their role, right? Everybody has to play their role, and we also have to build trust into that system. So here we have one of our members ready to do business, and also I'm sure you're also open to supporting other African countries. So even it's not just Nigeria, correct?
Exactly. That is part of the creativity that is there. Gender empowerment and creativity. Of course, we are Pan-African.
Fantastic. Awesome. Any particular questions here? Miss Abrafi just says Shea-bought blossom. So I'm sure she'll probably be reaching out to you as well. Yes. So definitely this doesn't end here. This content, the information you shared, we're going to really package it and make sure we help just to generate more interest, because shea butter is really, it's so important. In fact, yesterday I was invited to a clubhouse, and I believe the leader of that clubhouse is here, where we're talking about how can we all start owning the entire value chain, whether it's in the beauty industry. And this is just an example of, you can go from farm to the market if you know where the source, and this is the source. Mrs. Olasumbo Adeleke is a source for shea butter, premium shea butter. And you also told me that, you're working with the Oyo State governor, please share a little bit about that in terms of the...
Well, in fact, for the past 2 days, I've been on the road going around with the women with this project, and then I was at the governor's office yesterday to even see how can we even collaborate. So I was told about the Oyo State Agribusiness Development Agency, what they are doing within the agri development states and everything. So we now told them that, okay, since what they are doing is to support agribusiness, how about you supporting us with international trade? Because if access to markets, how do we exhibit our products in the international market? Say there is an exhibition in Chicago, for instance, or how can we have what do I put it? Like an exhibition stand. Exhibition stand. How can you support us in that aspect? We know we are going to have some commitments, but how can you support us? How can you link us with the organizers? How can we collaborate? Things like that. At least when we get there, by the time we exhibit our products, by the time we talk about our products, we're going to get customers. And apart from that, other state governments will also have their own stand at the exhibition stand. So when they are there, they can even attract investments back to real estate. So they were quite happy about it, and they're looking forward to us working together on that.
Yes. And Oyo really, shea butter is a key product coming out of Oyo. And like I shared before we opened, they actually sent a delegation in 2018 to this event, to this platform. So I also see how I can make some connections for you as well, because Oyo State was represented as well. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Many thanks, Nazare, again for this opportunity. I'm so excited, and we're looking forward to expanding to the US market. Thanks, everyone.
Yes.
Thanks for listening.
Yes, and Miss Esther Audu said she will reach out to you. Okay, so yeah, just let me know if you also need some support because one of the key things, like I've shared before, how you also engage and how you pitch and how you respond to inquiries, part of the entire process. How you negotiate is part of the entire process, and how you just facilitate that conversation. So definitely more to come. Thank you so much.
Okay,
so
thank you.
Okay, there's a question here. Can we please get our contact information? Absolutely. And she's actually available on the trade platform, Nazaru.trade. You can just search for her name and you can message her directly. And also our information will be shared on the platform, because again, she's a premium member, which I'll explain what that is. So we've been working with her to help her get ready and all of those things. So
and you can put it in the chat too.
Please also put your email in the chat as well. Yeah, and then we'll share our information and then with attendees, and then what else? She's also, you can actually direct message her as well. Fantastic. Thank you, ma'am. So thank you. I'm just smiling. I'm so proud of your work. You know that this has to go, we just have to stay at it, just like Miss Vera shared as well. Do you want to say anything, Miss Vera? You're in the cosmetic space and you know a lot about this space. Miss Vera, do you want to unmute and just...
I'm very interested in meeting her. I mean, listen, look, we can talk. Toyin, you can set that up, Toyin.
Awesome.
Okay. Awesome.
Awesome. Fantastic. Okay, thank you.